This is a tour to push the American Recovery Bill. It's not a surprise that an enormous amount of people across this country like the bill. 85% of households are getting a check. But we're already seeing some reporting about what comes next. That includes a tax hike for anyone over 400 grand. Is this sort of a 1-2 punch coming our way?
It certainly may be, Steph. And look, the president's out there and the vice president's out west trying to promote this COVID relief bill. But they're also trying to restore faith in government. They're trying to show people that, look, this new administration is working for them. It's passing laws that will provide immediate relief for their families and get the American people even further on board, apply more of that political pressure, because they know in order to pass the next items on their agenda, including a big infrastructure package, including programs aimed at climate change, they're going to need some bipartisan support in that Senate. And so they're trying to go to places in this country where they can gin up more political pressure on Republicans to get behind some of these agenda items.
John, take us to Delaware County. What is the situation there and the significance of President Biden picking that spot?
Sure, Stephanie. I mean, this is a part of the state where President Biden is going to be getting maximum return on investment for his visit. The 4 collar counties around Philadelphia helped deliver the White House for him in November. 6 of the 8 members of Pennsylvania's U.S. House delegation hail from the Philadelphia suburbs, including Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon, who represents Delaware County. It is an area where Democrats flipped the county courthouse for the first time since before the Civil War in 2019. So it's really emblematic of that shift we've seen in southeastern Pennsylvania away from moderate Republicanism and towards the Democratic column. Delaware County itself is also a county that's going to benefit from this bill in a number of ways. Most Pennsylvania counties don't have their own health departments. Delaware County is among them. A local there has told me that means they basically had to build the plane while flying it, while tackling the pandemic. So that vaccine logistics money is going to help. The local assistance that it's included in the bill is also going to help county officials down there. And it's possible to drive from one part of Delaware County to another, Stephanie, and drive through school districts of vastly different means. So the education assistance in the bill will also help Delaware County.
Heather, let's talk about taxes. Let's talk about refunds. Let's talk about stimulus checks. And that takes us to the IRS. There's a lot of complaints out there that we've got 3 times as many people who have filed their taxes and are still waiting for their returns than we saw last year. We know that the IRS is also responsible for getting the stimulus checks out. We know they've had huge budget cuts over the last decade, thousands less employees working there. What could all of this lead to pushing back the tax filing date? People need to get their refunds.
Yeah, Stephanie, the success or failure of this stimulus package the Democrats put together really hinges on the Internal Revenue Service, our nation's tax agency. As you mentioned, they are currently trying to get those checks out. President Biden mentioned yesterday he wants to have 100 million out by March 26th. That sounds like a lot, but we are expecting 150 million of these payments to go out. So that's still a lot of people who will be waiting by the end of this month. On top of that, the IRS is, as you mentioned, we reported over the weekend, they are already behind in getting refunds out. About 7 million people are still waiting for their refund, and they have been waiting longer than the usual 21 days. Also, it's been a real duress over at the IRS. They are currently only answering 1 out of every 4 phone calls. Basically, they are being asked to do too much without enough resources and staff. Things are starting to slip through the cracks. And this is before we even talk about how the IRS is supposed to be sending out $250 a month payments to families, to parents of kids starting in July. And that's a key part of the child poverty reduction in this bill. It needs to start happening this summer, but they're already falling behind. And you're right, many people are calling for the IRS to extend that April 15th deadline. We learned yesterday that their message to Congress when they met with Congress on Monday is that they do not plan to do that right now.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.